Hi. Hi. I don't know, okay? It's a pandemic. I haven't stepped out of my house in 5 months. I'm sorry if I'm going star crazy and this is my way of starting a YouTube channel. Let me live. Also, I think I just realized I'm starting a YouTube channel. I have had no human interaction in like 6 months now that I thought I could just talk to people through. I guess that works. Welcome. I don't know. Yes, I move my hands a lot. Yes, you might have to get used to that. Hi, this is Vanshika, and I'm making this video specifically to sort of talk about myself, my idea behind why I'm doing this, my goals for this channel, because I thought it'd be interesting to like start from a point where I could objectively come back to and sort of be held accountable for. Okay, so who am I as a person? I am a design major. I study in India, and I am that design major who sort of bored with design. I am almost positive that I'm kind of having like an almost quarter life crisis, which is why I'm doing this. And my quarter life crisis is coming from the fact that there are so many areas I could go to and there are so many choices that I could have, but I'm feeling so pressurized by my practice and I don't know which choice to choose, and so I don't want to limit down any possible opportunities. And I know that's a bad trait to have, but I don't want to let go of the idea that I can still do like a million things, even though I feel like that my life is planned out for me, which is why I'm like, no, I'm gonna go away from the norm and make a YouTube channel. But kind of feels like this is the norm too, but let me live my 2012 dreams, okay? So this is my attempt at a YouTube channel, trying to do something. I don't know what I'm trying to do. I'm kidding. I mean, I have some idea, I hope. Okay, let's start from the fact that I said I'm a design major and that's how I chose to describe myself. Design was always a hobby for me. It was something that I did creatively to push myself, or it was just something I had fun with it. But now that it's my job, it's scary and it's daunting, and I feel like I'm pushing back. Design is so methodical and I feel so linear, and like I feel like I exactly know how my life is going to pan out if I choose to go that direction, and I don't know if I'm ready for that yet. Like, so let me just have this moment. And hey, I'm not saying that those directions are bad. Those could be like really good directions, and you know, I would love to go those directions and I like become an academic scholar, look at UI UX, and because that's what my major is. My major is primarily human centered design, which is understanding humans and sort of creating for them and keeping humans at the center of your focus, which could entail experience design, interfaces, designing any technology, any physical aspects, anything to do with the thought of designing for humans at the center of it. So I could go in any direction that I want, which leaves it to so many possibilities, but also there is a certain way to go about those possibilities. And those directions could be really interesting, but I wanted to see other avenues I could try exploring my interests in. Also, there were some major things about UI UX and the way UI UX was looked at in the industry that had started to really upset me and piss me off, because it's portrayed in such one dimension. I feel like no depth is shown to it, even though you're designing for humans or you're designing with humans and they are the most complex beings, and that shows that you need depth, but it's just looked at so in steps and it's just super annoying. And honestly, that could be like a whole video in itself where I'm literally ranting about industry level UX design and my experience with that. But let me know if you guys want to know more about like user experience and what I've learned about it and why it pisses me off. Okay, the next question that would come naturally. Also, there's a fly flying around. I'm sorry, but I can't do anything. I'm in India. Like, you honestly get used to it. I didn't even notice it, but then I started flying across the camera, and then I was like, okay, people will notice this. Why am I here on YouTube? I am here on YouTube because I just want to have fun. I want to look at design lightly just for a second. I want to take a breather because I have been so consumed by understanding everything and trying to make the most informed choices that it's almost reached a point where I've become too indecisive because I feel like there are so many options in front of me. I don't know what to do, and I just want to step away from that. I want to take an entire pause and I want to be like, okay, this is what my future looks like. Bye. Like, just go move, and I want to experiment, and I just want to be really new and super fresh at something that I don't know and try and figure that out. And I think YouTube is my way of doing that. Taking it itself as a project and understanding it, I guess. Another reason that I am on YouTube is because I am so socially awkward and also so done with my face. I don't know why, that I have just stopped taking any pictures of myself. I have stopped documenting things, and I've just like stopped looking at myself. So I was like, yeah, why not? Let's make a YouTube channel and plaster your face all over the internet for everyone to see and for you to see. And you have to edit it, so you have to look at it like 30 billion times. And I'm doing that as an attempt to get back more into the habit of documenting and also just be comfortable with like my awkward face. Like, okay, see, if you come into my channel to look at someone who's gorgeous and pretty and looks amazing and is always well kept and like is like a Tumblr queen essentially, and I love those queens, okay? I follow those queens, so nothing against those queens, but I am just not that. I am absolutely not this person who's gonna look well put together 100% of the time. Even like 15% of the time, okay? Let me take 15 because I feel like I can put myself together up like 15% of the times. Clearly I am not that. You can see it, I can see it. I am just going to be here because I feel like I can talk about fun things, I can talk about important things, I can engage you in conversations that I feel like you would enjoy and I personally enjoy. Now that I'm thinking about it, the fact that I'm not comfortable with my face, I don't know what that says about me, and I don't know if that's sad or not. Anyway, in these past couple of years of my journey with design school and navigating through life and boards and like early 20s, I feel like I've absorbed enough knowledge where I've reached this point when that I was just a sponge soaking it all in, and now I just needed like an outlet where I could be squeezed and like release all of those creative juices. Okay, you know what? Now that I hear this, like, what am I saying? Is this even gonna make sense? Whatever. This is what you get. Anyway, as I was saying, being a UX and UI designer, if that's how you wanna like very basic title me in terms of industry terms, I felt like there was a very linear progression that I could go in, and I saw myself getting sucked into that more and more and more. And I had to take a step back and sort of think and question that, is that all that design is? I'm like, no, design is something that's literally everywhere. Design is everywhere. Everything that you can see, comprehend, experience has all been designed for you. And YouTube is literally another software that was designed by someone. It was an algorithm that was coded, and here I am trying to figure it out. As I was thinking about doing this YouTube thing, I came up with like 5 goals that I sort of wanted to write for myself in case I was straying or something to just be held accountable by. I just wanted these to be some solid points I can come back to and realize why I'm doing this and why I wanted to do this, and these are the goals I want to hit. Okay, goal number 1, I want to push myself creatively and I want to experiment. As a designer, you're always trying to think of the best way to create your outcomes or the most unique way to create your outcomes, and then you're trying to think outside the box. But a lot of times, especially when it comes to interface design or experience design, the outcome is kind of given that it's going to be a digital product, be it a website or an app, or maybe like if you're lucky, a service. So even though you can experiment with the interface inside it, there are some things that the industry just prefers, and you sort of fall into the rut of knowing the same amount of things and doing that, and then you stop pushing yourself creatively. So for me, I want my YouTube channel to act as a way for me to just experiment creatively, learn softwares, and keep pushing myself to think more out of the box. I thought this could be a really cool platform for a storyteller, for a person who wants to tell stories through their works, and that's essentially what designers aim to do, at least some of them, at least I do. So it could be really interesting to sort of put forth all of these ideas I have in my head and like jumble them together and compile it, and push it out and just see what people think. It could be such a nice way to get feedback. Goal number 2, I want to use my voice. What that means is I want to use my voice in 2 different ways. One is to tell stories and also to talk about my experiences, things that I see that aren't out there and I have learned, and like share those experiences with you and use my voice to talk about important topics that matter to me, that are important to the world right now. Secondly, I want my channel to be a place where I could ideally, hopefully uplift the voice of other people. By that I mean, I don't want this to be just a one woman show. I want this to give you an all-round perspective of other people that are around, or other people that I learn from, or who I am inspired by, and them talk about things that are of actual significance, and like figure out ways to sort of uplift their voices. I haven't figured out how I'm gonna do that yet, but it's something that I'm really passionate about and that I really want to do. Goal number 3, I want to create content that I love. I don't want to think about any niches or any labels. I mean, it's 2020. We're trying to get away from any sort of labels. Why put a label on your YouTube channel? Like, for me, design encompasses a huge chunk of my life. So, of course, I would talk about it. But then I'm also the kind of person who loves watching cooking videos. I love cooking, or like I love watching like movie reviews, or just like what I eat in a day, or any random lifestyle crap, and I want to be a place where I can experiment with any format that I like and create content around it. So I want it to be more about things that I love. So for example, tomorrow if I want to do a what I eat in a day and it's not related to design, I'm probably going to do that because it's something that I personally really love watching. And as selfish as it sounds, this channel is for me. So maybe I don't have a flow, and maybe that the algorithm doesn't help me, and maybe like my channel goes nowhere, and that's totally okay, because it leads me to my next goal actually, which is goal number 4, I think, and that is to have fun with it. And I just really want to have fun with this because I feel like as a designer, I stopped having fun with design and I started getting bored with the mundane routine that it had. And so this is like a project for me to do whatever the heck I want, to experiment how I want to, and just sort of try and keep it light, keep it chill, but have fun. So that's probably one of my biggest goals, is enjoy what I'm doing and create content that's worth watching and that doesn't scream watch me. But even though I want to keep it fun, I want to be smart about this. I want to sort of look at YouTube as a project in itself. I want to try and understand it, because that's just the kind of person I am. Once I commit to something, I'm determined to like sort of try and do it right. Yeah, we'll see how that goes. And my last goal is goal number 5, which is being consistent. That is something that's going to be the most challenging, I feel, being a still design student and coming into the prime years of where I have to find work and I have to find jobs and I have to look at masters, for example, and go to grad school, or I don't know what, but it's also a pandemic, so there's like so many factors coming in. But on top of all of that, I want to try and stay consistent with this. But like, that's it. These were my 5 goals that I had for YouTube this time, and please send it to me if I'm not following these goals, okay? Thanks. For me, this is all about exploration and learning a different medium, I guess. Like, as designers, you're constantly you have to create something, and you're constantly learning a new mode to do that, because that's what either the client expects, or it's like a course requirement or something like that. So for me, this is my personal requirement. Figure out how to edit videos, figure out how to promote yourself, if you were your own person, how would you confidently stand up and be like, this is who I am, this is kind of my personality, and this is what you get. I thought that could, even if I just end my entire YouTube journey just better understanding who I am as a person, and I'm able to confidently stand up and say this is who I am and this is what I bring to the table, I would love that. I feel like that's a huge mission accomplished. And also, at the crux of it, I've been watching YouTube since I was literally like 13 years old, maybe even 12, and I've been this is such an important part of my life. To be able to contribute to it any way feels really nice, and I just feel like I'm truly embracing my Tumblr host self. So yeah, but like, that's it. I am sorry if I was really awkward. I hope I get better at this. And also, I have progressively gotten very sweaty, but yeah, I'm just too sweaty right now, honestly. Like, I should just go. But yeah, that's it. Have a happy day, and I'll see you soon. Bye. Hi, hi, hi. Am I really doing this? I don't know.